No fluids running out. Everything looks level and
Okay.
all right. Okay, I'm checking my tire to make sure there's no cuts, punctures, or abrasions. Make sure there's no unnecessary wear. The thing looks like it's wearing evenly. I'm checking the inside of the tire for cuts, abrasions, punctures. Also checking the outside for abrasions, cuts, or punctures. I'm going to check my rim to make sure there's no cracks. There's no evidence of any loose lugs. No leaks around my fluid levels look good. No oil leaks. Whenever you're ready. Okay. I'm checking hoses to make sure that everything's good and tight. Everything's secure. There's no leaks. Checking all my connections to all my hoses. Make sure they're all good and tight. I don't have any wires coming loose. Everything looks good. Everything's secure. Checking for any air leaks that I may have up here. I don't hear any air leaks. Everything looks good. Everything looks secure. All my wires and cables look good throughout the harness here. Yep. Checking my steering column. Make sure it's intact. No excessive wear. Check my lines. Make sure there's no leaks or abrasions. Check and make sure there's no cracks and my bolts and nuts are secure. Everything is good. Everything good and tight. Okay. Checking my fuel filter. Make sure it's secure, no leaks. Make sure there's not a lot of water in it. Coming back and checking my oil filter to make sure there's no leaks around it. My power steering fluid, it's got a good level on it. And I'm going to check my oil.
Is your power steering, you can keep going, don't have to stop. Is your power steering a dipstick as well?
Yes. No, it's not on this one.
That's what there is underneath that cap.
It's just right there.
We're not going to crawl under it.
I'm going to check my steering column, make sure it's not loose. Okay. I'm checking my hoses, my shock, make sure everything's good and secure on that. It's not broke or loose. Check the bottom as well as the top. Check my connections to my leaf springs, make sure that they're not loose or no cracks in my springs. My hangers are good. Everything on my hangers look really well. Check my brake caliper. It's good and tight. Everything looks good and secure. My hoses, my wires are all good and secure, nothing coming loose. Okay. Checking my frame. I don't see any cracks. I don't see any loose nuts or bolts. Everything looks good. I don't see any cracks, any abrasions. My shock looks good. It's not loose. It's good and secure. It's tight. My spring hanger looks really well. I don't see any cracks.
Go ahead.
Checking my air conditioning lines to make sure there's no visible signs of any leaks. Everything looks good and tight. No evidence of any leaks. All my other hoses look good. Coming down, everything's tight. No visible signs of any leaks. Turbo looks like it's good and connected. No evidence of anything coming apart. Intake's good. Air intake's good. This air intake's good. Check my radiator hose, my water line here going into my thermostat looks good, no visible signs of leakage. My coolant level is up, it looks really well. Hoses coming off of it are good, no visible signs of leaks, everything's good and tight.
I didn't get any. Go ahead.
Checking my air conditioning lines to make sure there's no visible signs of any leaks. Everything looks good and tight. No evidence of any leaks. All my other hoses look good. Coming down, everything's tight. No visible signs of any leaks. Turbo looks like it's good and connected. No evidence of anything coming apart. Intake's good, air intake's good. This air intake's good. Check my radiator hose, my water line here going into my thermostat looks good, no visible signs of leakage. My coolant level is up, it looks really well. Hoses coming off of it are good. No visible signs of leaks, everything's good and tight.
I didn't get any.
And come over and take the passenger side and latch it down.
Go for it.
Okay, I'm checking for lights. I'm making sure that all my clearance lights are working. Checking for my turn signals, my headlights. I'm making sure that they're clean. I'm making sure that my tags in place and secure. All my lights are working. Make sure my mirrors are clean. My side marker lights are good. Make sure my fuel caps are on top. As I go by, my hangers are in place. They're good and secure. Nothing's broke. My steps look good. Everything on the back is tight and secure. All my hoses are in place here.
Keep up. You ain't got to do it all.
Okay. Checking my tires to make sure there's no abrasions. My spring hangers, they're all in good shape. My fill fill is locked and secure. My mud flaps are good. My back lights are in place. They're working. Nothing's out. Make sure these are secure. I've got permits in here for my trailer. Landing gear is secure. Straps, everything is secure. Check it like that.
All right, y'all get out of the shot. Behind me. Make sure your shadows don't get in it either.